Happy Friday morning, January 30th, 2026. Well, the most snow we have had in years, they say, is headed our way if you are in the southeast area. So here's an update on it. Y'all know I covered it yesterday, and I told y'all I would continue to cover it until it's here and even after it is gone. So here's today's update. A rapidly strengthening winter storm known as bomb cyclone is less than 24 hours away from delivering an unusual amount of snow, damaging winds, and dangerous coastal flooding to parts of the southeast and mid-Atlantic. Y'all, please hit that like button as you enter. Help get this out to more people and continue to prepare. Impacts will begin late Friday into Saturday with snow and hurricane force winds, gusts, possibly whipping up blizzard conditions along parts of North Carolina and Virginia coast by Saturday night. Coastal New England, particularly eastern Massachusetts, could see snow and wind later in the weekend if the storm tracks closer to shore. Now, the wind is going to be an issue, you guys, because even with the ice that we just had, we didn't have like really horrible winds. It wasn't like a blizzard or anything. It was just ice that was falling. And mind you, that ice was horrible. But when you add that wind to the snow that's falling, you may get more power outages than you did with the ice. We didn't encounter that. So I just left my solar power generators out and all of my emergency stuff out just in case we lose power. And also, we are expecting more snow next week as well. So the storm is expected to form near the North Carolina coast late Friday. I'm not on the coast, but it is expected to be here in the mountains as well, before rapidly strengthening as it moves north Saturday, a process known as bombogenesis. As the bomb cyclone intensifies, it will draw very cold air southward, allowing snow to fall across areas that don't often see significant winter weather. This will also increase its winds, particularly along the coast. More than 28 million people across the southeast are under winter storm watches and warnings, including parts of northern Georgia, the Carolinas, and southern Virginia. Many of these areas are still recovering from last weekend's deadly winter storm, which left snow and ice covered roads, widespread travel disruptions, and protracted power outages. Snow is expected to pile up in parts of southern Appalachians, Georgia, the Carolinas, that's south and north, and southern Virginia late Friday night into Saturday as the storm rapidly strengthens offshore. The most impact snowfall is expected across the central and eastern North Carolina and central and northern South Carolina into southern Virginia, where 5 to 10 inches of snow are projected. Locally, higher totals are possible if narrow bands of heavy snow develop. Columbia, South Carolina could see its heaviest snow since a February 2010 storm dropped 8.6 inches on the state capital. Raleigh, North Carolina needs just 2.7 inches to see its biggest snowstorm since December 2018, but its predicted total is about twice that. Wilmington, North Carolina could see at least 3 inches from a storm for the first time in 8 years. A total of at least 5 inches would be a first there in more than 2 decades. Farther west, accumulating snow is also expected across parts of western South Carolina and into northern and eastern Georgia, where temperatures will remain cold enough for snow. Totals in these areas are generally expected to be lower, but even an inch or less of snow will be disruptive in places like Atlanta that rarely see winter weather. And y'all remember what happened in Atlanta in 2014, where people were stuck in their vehicles on the highway. Very cold air already in place will help snow to accumulate quickly across the region, sticking to roads, bridges, and untreated surfaces with little melting. Travel conditions are expected to deteriorate rapidly once snow begins, and hazardous road conditions could persist through early next week after the snow tapers off. Mind you, they are calling for more snow either Wednesday or Thursday. As the storm rapidly intensifies offshore, powerful winds will significantly worsen impacts across the southeast and mid-Atlantic. The strongest winds are expected near the coast, however, where gusts could approach hurricane force. or 75 miles per hour along parts of North Carolina and Virginia shoreline by Saturday night. Blizzard conditions are possible where these winds coincide with heavy snow to create near zero visibility and extremely dangerous travel, because they're also saying, you know, with that wind and the snow blowing on the coast, you will also see sand as well. The Outer Banks of North Carolina and into Southeast Virginia are the epicenter for this. Farther inland, strong and persistent winds will still pose serious problems. Gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour are expected from Georgia through the Carolinas and into southern Virginia, with higher gusts possible at times. These winds will cause dry, powdery snow to blow and drift, sharply reducing visibility and making travel hazardous even after snowfall rates decrease. Gusty winds could also extend into coastal New England later in the weekend, especially if the storm remains closer to the coast. Powerful onshore winds will coincide with some of the highest tides of the month, increasing the risk of moderate to locally significant coastal flooding. So flooding is expected as well during high tide cycles late Saturday into Sunday. So you got that water and the snow and the wind, all of that mixed together. So the greatest concern is along the North Carolina Outer Banks and into Virginia tidewater regions. I told y'all yesterday they were saying that, you know, how the houses have been falling into the ocean in the Outer Banks. This could also happen during this snowstorm, where strong winds, high surf, and beach erosion could lead to overwash and flooding in vulnerable coastal communities. More than 24 beachfront homes have been lost in the Outer Banks since 2020, including several in recent months as storms and rising sea levels reshape the coastline. Flooding and rough marine conditions are also possible in parts of coastal New England if the storm tracks closer to the shore. So let's go over and take a look real quick, and then we can end the video. I told y'all it was going to be a quick update just to let you guys know what is going on and to encourage you to please go out and get prepared. If you didn't prepare during the last storm, you definitely need to be preparing during this one. That I was sharing.
This weekend. A bomb cyclone is going to bring some of the biggest snow in years to parts of the East Coast this weekend, along with hurricane-force winds. Here's what you need to prepare. A rapidly intensifying storm system could drop several years' worth of snow on parts of the Carolinas and southern Virginia, starting on Saturday and ending Sunday afternoon. But it looks like the major Northeast metros could escape the heaviest snow from this system. This storm will be similar in strength to a hurricane, and the winds will feel like it, gusting in some spots 75 miles per hour or greater. That will produce waves up to 20 feet, and combine that with the highest tides of the year, thanks to Sunday's full moon, and the result will be destructive coastal flooding that could completely rearrange the coastline for years to come.
Okay, so y'all, speaking of moon, let me know if, and I'll probably do this in a different video, not this one, but that jogged my memory. I've been seeing a lot of people posting videos of strange things happening, and people like to call them signs and wonders. 2 moons, 2 suns, a half moon, but the half moon is upside down. Let me know if y'all are seeing this where you are, and if you are, let me know what state that is, because I want to do some digging into that and see what exactly is happening with that. So you guys, y'all take care, stay safe, continue to prep, get your water stock up, get your backup power, make sure you have a way to heat yourselves if you lose power. Get your shelf-stable food. Make sure you include medication in that, because if you get sick and you can't get out because of the snow or whatever, you want to be able to have something at your home that you can help yourself or your family with. Y'all take care, stay safe. I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you. Be the very best you that you could be, and when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on TOMMYBITES Homestead. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We would love for you to become a part of the YouTube channel. and also hit that like button to get the video out to more people. See you in the next video. And I got that all done in less than 10 minutes, y'all. Y'all take care. Bye.